We back. We back. Real talk and sports. Pat Tae. It's part 2. You know what I'm saying? It's the year in review. We're still here, you know what I'm saying? You know, in the first half, we went over all the news, you know. A lot happened in the sports world this year too, though. A lot of information to go over, man. But you know, follow us on that Twitter, you know what I'm saying? At RTN Sports, you know, the website, you know what I'm saying? It's realtalkandsports.libsyn.com. That's LIBSYN. We got a lot of stuff coming too, man. We got gotta tell them about all the apps. We got the app.
The app is coming soon, folks.
The app is coming soon, man.
Game
We'll let y'all
changing.
know more about that app. You know what I'm saying? Get real time. You know,
That's what they're gonna be
talk
telling
about
us
this,
next
man.
year.
It's okay. Yeah, man. We got the app coming. You know what I'm saying? We about to be on the iTunes, man. I'm telling you, man.
Google Play.
We got some stuff coming up. We're gonna be on your local Android and Apple devices. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, just stay tuned, man. That's coming for the 2015. You know, it only gets better from here. Man, the email address.
The email address. You can email us with comments, feedback. We're going to read it. We may not listen, but we're going to read it. You can hit us at RTN Sports at Yahoo.
If it makes sense.
Well, I mean, we'll look at it.
If it makes sense.
If it's feasible.
Man, I'm telling you, don't send no foolery.
We appreciate the love.
Trashed.
Shout out to all the beautiful women watching this right now.
Shout out to all the ladies and all the fellas too, man. Get all the fellas, man. We appreciate the love, man. We hope y'all paying attention, man. You know, we doing our sports thing, man. We be looking at our numbers. We pretty accurate, man, on these weekly picks and these fantasy shine and pine, man. So, you know, even for you ladies, man, if y'all watching, man, y'all play fantasy, y'all into sports, you know. The fan do
Went
all
to the
that,
draft
man.
special for next year. We got in
I'm telling you, man, y'all better be with us.
Yeah.
Cause man, we winning out here. You know, it's we.
Before we get into the top
top news stories.
let's talk about Kiss the Baby. Let's jump right into Kiss the Baby real quick. The championship.
Guess we're gonna talk about the Kiss the Baby championship
We'll
right
talk
now.
about that in a sec, bro.
Obviously, Pat wants to get it over with.
Yeah, to get it over. Tae won.
Yeah.
If I would have started, I messed
Shout
up.
out to the LSU Tigers. Les Smiles. Man, Jeremy Hill, Odell Beckham Jr. Enough said. Enough said. Jeremy Hill, Odell Beckham Jr.
So this is Tae's first year winning.
I've been to the championship every year, people except one. So, man, luckily I'm not the Buffalo Bills. So that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like I conquered the world. So I'm happy. You know, normally we talk about fantasy. You wanted to get it over with that.
I just want to get that over with. Yeah.
You want to get it over with.
So now we're getting the top.
Suck it out. We were supposed to say that for the last segment.
I know we were.
He was upset, but it's all right.
Let's talk about A-Rod.
We'll start off with A-Rod.
Yeah, I mean, A-Rod, he's the highest paid athlete.
162 games.
162 game suspension.
Well, that was after the hearing though.
After the hearing.
Initially it was what 200.
It was 220. Yeah, 220.
220 games initially, and then he had his hearing and got it down to 162. So, I mean, you know. He coming back this year, man. A-Rod, man, coming back this year. You know, we're gonna see what he do. I think the Yankees said they wanted to play him at what was it at third? I think
We'll see.
or at first or something.
I mean, if you look at his numbers,
we definitely ain't playing no more shortstop.
if you look at his numbers, there's a historic decline in his production. He was playing third base already, though. You know, he's Derek Jeter. He's playing shortstop.
That's right, but I think they said they gonna put him at first.
He
DH
we'll see.
one of them, but he gonna be out there in a minimal role. A-Rod's career is
and Derek Jeter career
at the
ending.
end.
Well,
DJ left the game this year, man. Hey,
best Yankee of all time.
You can't say nothing about the captain. I mean,
5 titles.
That's the captain. You know, The captain is the
All-Star
man.
MVP.
Captain is the man. Like, I mean, how many World Series rings?
5.
5.
You know he's the last Yankee to have a single-digit number. And he's the
That's
only
real.
Yankee in history to get his 3,000 hit in a Yankee uniform.
That's real.
Out of not Babe Ruth, not Mickey Mantle, not Joe DiMaggio, not Yogi Berra, not Don Mattingly. Derek Jeter. So he's a great. I'm a lifelong. He's a national fan. I'm a Braves fan. I'm repping Toronto, Carabana, 2015. We up there. That's for another segment.
We're talking sports. We'll be at the 2015 Carabana.
But yeah, we got Michael Sam and Jason Collins coming up now. Here's my view. Yes,
don't get too far into it.
I'm not gonna get too far into it. But I just feel like your sexual orientation has nothing to do with playing basketball or football. So.
Man.
I mean, they made the announcement, and I mean, it's controversial. I mean, everybody has their own rights.
Kissing on TV.
I just thought, me personally, I don't think the sports world should get into the sexual orientation because my job, or anyone's job, it doesn't matter my sexual orientation to perform.
We gotta stop.
Job, so.
Stop these same-sex entertainment stuff on TV, man. We got kids watching the TV, man. They saying the men and the women on the TV. They don't even come on the Skinamax no more on the late night. You getting it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. You know, your kid, man. Then they got these video games now. Look at real life.
It's Grand Theft Auto?
Man, Grand Theft Auto looking like you watching a movie, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just insane though. I mean, we had the Winter Olympics.
Russia, man.
Russia dominated
with the Olympics.
I'm not big in the Winter Olympics. I mean, they got the ice skating, the figure skating.
Lindsey Vonn, she re-injured herself.
Boyd Miller.
She was trying to get back in shape. Her and Tiger, I think was having too much fun.
Yeah. Are you having Tiger with each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they still with each other, but I know at that time during Winter Olympics, it was Lindsey and Tiger, and Lindsey went down the slope and jacked her, broke her ankle. Or she fell hard. I know that. She didn't make it to the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, so we had Phil Jackson taking over the Putrid Knicks.
Phil back in the saddle of New York. We know how that's been going.
Yo,
so
Quincy
far.
AC.
Hey, man, you might just need to go ahead down there, man, on the sideline.
You may need it. And Quincy AC, you're not representing the Bear game
man, that was soft.
properly, man.
That was soft.
You want to hit somebody, punch John Wall in his face.
That was soft.
What are you doing?
That was soft.
He threw the punch and thought about the ramifications.
That was soft. We saw that. We saw you fake throw the punch. It was on TV, and they slowed it down.
National TV.
That was soft. And it was Christmas. You saw for that. Ice up, son.
Speaking of Christmas, we have grown men meeting up on Twitter to discuss whether or not Kobe and the Lakers. You heard about that?
Yeah,
and Kobe and the Lakers are adequate. We have 2 men. I'm not even going to mention the name because we're not giving 2 men publicity. They're
not even worth it.
One man drove 35 minutes away to fight another man who was slandering him on Twitter. It made the global grind. It made Deadspin. It was made references on ESPN. I mean, it's news. I mean, but
you're fighting over Kobe Bryant, dudes.
Kobe doesn't care about you.
Neither one of you.
Kobe passed Jordan.
He did pass MJ this year. Kobe is
Kobe
now
better
third
than Jordan
in scoring at all time.
Kobe's not better.
We know Kobe will never be better than Michael, Air, Jeffrey, Jordan. It's not happening.
We had Donald Sterling. Donald. First of all, the lady, if you're going to call her that, she looked like a tranny. I'm sorry.
Don, I think you might be into some funny business.
Yeah, Don.
I think you might be into some funny business, man. Because I don't know about the little chick, man, that you was messing with, man. I don't know about her. But how you going to get mad because she was hanging out with Magic, though? I still can't get over that.
Yeah, hanging out with Magic.
Showtime. Really? Showtime? Come on, Don. You know we had to mention you for that foolery. But guess what? You don't own the Clippers no more. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft living that thing now.
Oh, yeah. Microsoft do. Yeah, Steve, what's the gentleman's name?
Steve Ballmer.
Steve Buford.
Yeah.
He bought it with $2.1 billion cash.
He took that right off your hands, player. So no more sideline basketball games and popcorn and men women things.
I don't know what she is.
I don't know.
She got her 15 minutes of fame.
You be the judge. I don't know. So we're not going to even talk about that anymore.
Speaking of California, California Chrome.
California Chrome,
went
man.
for the triple crown.
Came up that short.
In the Belmont.
Definitely
guys,
did.
if you guys don't watch horse racing, there's 3 major races. We have the Kentucky Derby. Mm-hmm. We have the Preakness, which is right up the street in Baltimore.
Yeah, man.
And we got the Belmont State, which is in Saratoga, New York. California Chrome was trying to become the first horse to win since a firm.
Yeah.
Back in 1978.
That's a long time.
And he didn't accomplish it, but, I mean, he tried.
He'll be back. You know, with the horses, man. You know, horses, they be in seasons, man. So, you know, you got to catch them while they hot.
We had the Tony Stewart, Kevin Ward incident on August the 10th.
On the track, though. My man, Tony.
But it doesn't matter.
He got out of the car. He was waving his hands.
But Kevin Ward was high, so it was his fault. That's what they were saying. So
I mean, he was high. I mean, he walked out on the track.
But still,
the car was moving.
Every other car avoided him.
I don't know. Tony didn't see him. Did you see him, Tony? I don't know. He said no, but we don't know. So, but Tony's gonna have to answer to that one day.
One day.
Adam Silver got named commissioner.
Adam Silver
of the NBA. He became new commissioner, taking over for old David Stern. So you know he been doing a good job so far though.
Yeah, I think he's been doing an excellent job.
Great job, man. He's been doing a great job. You know, he's letting the boys express themselves and you know, a lot of positive stuff coming from the NBA, man. It's been a decent season so far too.
It has been a great season. We had Rajon Rondo traded.
Rajon Rondo to the Mavericks.
Rondo was traded.
And the crazy part was, we talked about Rondo going to the Mavericks.
We did.
And then 24 hours later, it went down. How about that? They gave away Jameer to get him.
Jay Crowder.
And Crowder.
And then first and second.
I mean, for Rondo.
And Brandon Harris.
Man,
not Brandon Harris.
That backcourt is pretty sick right now. They got a lot going on in Dallas, man. Dallas gonna be a team to be reckoned with. They definitely gonna be a team to be reckoned with, man.
And then we also had Monet Davis. That's my hero. The little African American girl.
That is one young lady you do not want to have
Monet.
to hit a ball from. Let me tell you.
Shout you out, Monet, because you did your thing.
Monet throwing that cheese.
First
funky hot cheese coming from Monet Davis on the mound. You better believe it.
Black woman. I think she's the first black woman to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated. First black teenager. The youngest.
I was going to say the youngest.
The youngest person.
I'm sure
some other Williams sisters have grace. But the youngest.
But, hey, man, that girl is a beast.
She's a star. She wants to go to UConn. Why wouldn't she want to go to UConn? UConn did that, swept.
UConn had
the national championship. And
undefeated girls. And then the
Kevin
men.
Ollie.
And the men, Kevin Ollie. In his first year, though. In his first year as a coach.
You know, I'm a proud Stanford alum.
Went to the ship and won the thing.
In his first year.
They both took it all. They took it all within a 4-day period. The boys won it on Monday, and then the girls won it on Tuesday or Wednesday. So, shout out, man. Hey, Gino and Kevin, man. Gino and Kevin doing their thing up in UConn, man. Wow.
Yeah, Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman had an interesting year.
He made a lot of money.
He actually, man, Richard Sherman really benefited. We might need to shout out Richard Sherman because Richard Sherman had a big year. Even though I'm a Niners fan, as you can see, but Richard Sherman had a big year, man. Not only did he get paid, but you can't forget about him and Crabtree.
Mediocre.
Man, he called Crabtree mediocre.
That's what happens when you get a mediocre receiver. But let's talk about Aaron Andrews. No, matter of fact, let's talk about the whole racial undertone. Why he had to be a thug though? And he went to Stanford.
Thug.
He had to be a thug because he's expressing himself.
He's from Cali though. He's from like South Central.
He's expressing himself though, man. You can't call that man the thug.
I mean, if you're from South Central, Watts, you know, LA. I mean, That's just come with the territory. If you from DC or they gonna if you from a certain place, you're automatically gonna be put into that class of people that you try not to be. That's just what people do, man. They put you in that class, whether you like it or not. But Richard Sherman is a very smart dude, man. What about the incident with him and Doug Baldwin?
Yeah,
when he clowned the NFL? Man, that was good stuff, man. Because that was real.
They didn't get fined either.
No, they didn't get fined because it was real life. That was real life,
man.
And
he gave him some good sponsorship.
He was talking about, how the NFL, they punish the players for not drinking and stuff like that. But yet still, when you walk in the stadium, what's the first thing you see?
Budweiser.
Beer. So the very first thing you see when you walk through the doors of the stadium, beer and beef. That's what they got for you when you walk to a NFL stadium anywhere across the country. So I mean, he know what he was doing, man. He know what he was talking about, man. It was good stuff.
Speaking of NFL, we had Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, we talked about him earlier, but that guy, his season
LSU Tigers, man. LSU Tigers having a big year, man.
Randy Moss.
They're having a big year.
His rookie season has been comparable to Randy Moss. He's the first NFL receiver to have 70 receptions. 70 receptions, 1,000 yards, and at least 10 touchdowns in the first 11 games.
Really?
Even Randy Moss couldn't get that. So, I mean, I've been getting a lot of slack on Twitter saying that he's having Randy Moss-esque season. Randy Moss did score 17 touchdowns. But if you think about it, now Odell is the only option. Randy Moss has Chris Carter. He had Jake Reed.
Robert Smith.
And Robert Smith. It's just the Giants consist of Eli and Odell. Pine. We're not even talking about the Pine. Disappointed in the Rams players. Come on, guys. Don't let Odell beat y'all mentally.
Really?
I mean, what was going on there?
Rams been getting beat all year.
I
don't know why you was relying on the Rams against Odell back on.
That was a bad move.
It was your fault.
Yeah,
you did that. That's why you lost.
That's part of the reason. Because if I started the Bengals D and the Bengals kicker, I would have won by 2. And then I started Cody Parkey.
Maybe. He could have, should have, would have. Maybe next year. It's okay. It's all right. Man. Football. What else we have in football? Seahawks won their first.
Seahawks won the chip.
They did, man. They smoked, man. They smoked the Broncos like a pack of coos.
Peyton broke the all-time.
By halftime, we was eating chips and throwing darts and playing games. by halftime,
Percy did his thing.
Percy killed, and he got traded to the Jets.
They got traded to the Jets
after he smacked out Golden Tate.
Yeah,
and then Golden Tate went to Detroit. I had a monster year.
Remember, Peyton broke the passing record.
Peyton did break the touchdown record this year.
And he broke.
He killed.
Yeah, Peyton's amazing. He's awesome.
Peyton killed. Can't forget about Bron going back to Cleveland.
Bron went back to Cleveland.
I'm coming home.
He came home.
That's what he told Sports Illustrated. I'm coming home after
lost yesterday.
Months and months of Yeah, they did.
Christmas games were good this year.
The Christmas games were awesome.
Russell Westbrook.
Mine is
Quincy Acey.
Quincy Acey. Quincy Acey. I hope they make you sit down a week or two.
He got fined. John Wall got fined $15,000 too.
He should have, because Johnny shouldn't have reacted to that foolery. But Johnny, at least he ain't back down.
No, you can't. He the leader.
Don't back down from that. Tom say he ain't going nowhere. Tom Brady
playing till he's 40.
Tom Brady say, man, I'm gonna play till I can't play no more. When I see I'm diminished, I'm done. I'm calling it a day. So we still got Tom. Tom ain't going nowhere.
We had the World Cup.
The World Cup,
I believe that we will win.
On the World Cup. They was protesting during the World Cup.
They were protesting.
Man, it was a lot going on.
Won by Germany.
Awesome games though in the World Cup.
U.S.-Belgium game.
I think this had to be in the United States. This had to be
the most popular. The
most watched World Cup in history.
I went down to the Abbey.
A lot of people watching soccer and shit.
Yeah, I'm a soccer fan. I watch Arsenal. Watch English Premiership. I watch the La Liga. I watch any. If I can watch soccer, I'll watch it. Don't watch the MLS, but I mean, just to see how much soccer has grown in the last 10 years in America, it's exciting.
Huge, man. It's huge stuff.
It's exciting. And then, also, United States, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York are actually hosting the CONCACAF. Those are when all the teams like Mexico,
Right. Yeah,
Haiti, Jamaica, and they're hosting the game. So it's right down the street. So, I love that. I mean, that's the USA and Belgium game. That was one of the best games ever. I think that was the game of the
man. That saved by Tim Howard, man.
Played out of his mind.
That was awesome.
Those
saves, should I say? Because he killed in that game.
And then Germany beat Brazil 7-1. 7-1.
That I never seen a team get dominated on the soccer field.
And
but that day, Germany dominated them dudes, man. Then they got blown out again in the third place game.
Yeah.
I think Germany just took it out.
Yeah, took it out of them.
Joe
took their hearts out.
I guess that's what happened if you know.
James Rodriguez came. I thought he was the man of the tournament. They gave it to
awesome.
Yeah, they gave it to Lionel Messi because he's Messi.
I mean, Messi. Ronaldo still killed.
Ronaldo is killed him. Always.
All of the stars
showed
up.
All
of the World Cup
Dipsy.
Stars was in full effect. Or at least everybody except what's my man from the U.S. that didn't make it.
Oh, Landon Donovan?
Landon didn't make it.
They didn't even make the final cut.
He didn't show up. But outside of Landon, most of the other soccer stars across the world showed up. And they balled out. Pretty much for the most part, all of the stars balled out. I don't remember any of them that didn't have a good game.
Yeah, they had a great game.
Man, what about isn't that Northwestern, man? The boys unionized at Northwestern this year?
Unionized. They have you, but you see that's been stopped.
Initially, they tried to unionize, and they got passed.
Yeah.
Then the school was like, nah, we ain't having it. Yeah. Can't do it.
We knew that.
Can't play with them. Can't coach them. So they shut it down, but they got it passed. So that was big though, man. Those were some kids, man, that put that project together and was able to, get people to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of kids that feel how they feel, man. Them kids struggle, man. We had the incident with Gurley, in the NCAA situation. With him supposedly getting $4 or $5 for autographs
tearing his ACL.
Then he saw his ACL.
But he going to the league.
He is, but I'm just saying, when you think about, students unionizing and wanting to get stipends or money for their services, they should, man. These are kids, man.
It's $1 billion industry.
These are kids, though, that we're talking
children.
about. We're not talking about adults. We're talking about some kids. These are kids, man. You think you give them room and board, you give them tuition, and you give them free travel and maybe some pizza every now and then. Everything's supposed to be cool.
And some nice sneakers.
Yeah, you can get 20 pair of tennis shoes and 19 helmets and 18 jerseys. You can go to Oregon, man. You got all that fresh gear, but you can't even, you eating ramen the whole time. You eating the ramen and you can't even get good meal. You can't even get a cheeseburger. You gotta eat ramen. That's crazy.
Speaking of that, we also have the College Bowl Championship.
Florida State, man.
Florida State, Oregon,
going for number
Alabama,
2 in a row.
And Ohio State.
And they still undefeated, too. Florida State ain't lost in almost 2 years.
2 Heisman Trophy winners?
The Heisman Trophy, that's 2 Heisman Trophy winners, man. The Rose Bowl, man. Mariota and famous Jameis, man. And then Alabama and Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl, right? Yeah. So, man, that's coming up next week on the 1st. So I don't know what you got planned for the 1st, but I know where a lot of the men gonna be. A lot of the men gonna be watching that college football playoff. So, ladies, if you're listening right now, that might be a good day to just come over, bring a 6-pack or a 12-pack.
Surprise them.
Maybe some chicken wings.
Surprise them.
You know what I'm saying?
Some meatballs.
Maybe some meatballs.
Chips and some dip.
Chicken wings. I say you go with chicken wings. But I'm just saying, if you want to be able to chill out and lay up under a dude, that'll probably be a good day to do it because he's gonna probably be in front of the TV watching college football playoffs. Then the game starting like the middle of the afternoon. There's one in the middle and then one at prime time. You want to find your dude, he's going to be watching ABC.
Yeah, man. Because you got to be watching the college. Talking about college football, did you see that at Western Kentucky and the Central Michigan University game?
Man, that was insane. That had to be the greatest finish in college football
ever. If you guys don't know, we had Mr. Cooper Rush. He broke the record with 7 touchdowns in a bowl game. The Central Michigan University quarterback. Central Michigan went down 49-14
in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth
Going
quarter.
to the fourth quarter, that was the score.
They scored and came back, and they were down 42-49 with 1 second left. They threw a 50-yard pass, and 4 laterals later, it was the greatest touchdown ever seen.
That's wild.
But here's the kicker. Literally, they didn't use the kicker. They went for 2 points and didn't get it. Major poo-poo. Why would you do that?
That was dumb. Why would you even do that? You tie. You play to win the game. Okay? You do all of that to tie the game, and then you decide, you know what? We don't want to tie the game. We want to try to go for the win. For what? What is the purpose of that? You're in a bowl game. This isn't week 5 on your schedule. Come on, man. What is...
And then we also had the NFL conduct. We had AP and Ray Rice.
No, what was going on in the NFL this year, man? All of the dudes in the NFL beating up on the women, man.
Josh Gordon. Getting
Ray McDonald. There's a lot of them
dudes,
man.
Orlando Scandrick. Wesley Walker.
Yeah, what's my man name that played for
Greg Hardy?
Played for the Bears. Nah, he used to play for the Bears. He went to the Steelers and went to Arizona. The running back.
Jonathan Dwyer.
Yeah, him too. NFL had a long list of issues.
Just don't put your hands on women. That's what I tell everyone.
Man, y'all dudes too big to be hitting on them women. Man.
Too big.
Most of them women be y'all. For some reason, y'all like getting them women that's 3 times bigger than the chick that you're dealing with. So I mean, if you put your hands on her, you're going to knock her in the next week. So why would you even? What purpose do you have of putting your hand on the young lady? Crazy. Jim Harbaugh, man.
He's coming to Michigan.
Jim Harbaugh, man.
Come on, Jim.
Jim,
come on to Michigan.
Jim had a wild year, man. We had a wild year. We had injuries, and they've been talking about first we was going to trade him to the Browns for Josh Gordon. Then we was going to keep him, and then him and Jay Yoke don't get along, and then Trent Baalke. Man,
they would have got Josh.
It's a lot going on, man. There was a lot going on with Jimmy this year. Then Michigan offered him the money.
6 years, $48 million.
They offered him the money. Then sent him the happy birthday wishes. And then, then John came out because they said that the family was trying to pressure him into going. And then John came out and said the family wasn't doing nothing. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy. He got 1 more year left on his Niners contract. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy came back next year because you hear all of the stuff that goes on, but something's gonna happen. I personally think he's gonna end up in Oakland because they say he want to stay in the Bay. His wife likes it in the Bay. He don't want to go back to college, so I think he'll go to Oakland. That's what I think he's gonna end up. I don't know who will be our next coach, but at least with Oakland, at least luckily they might have their next coach. But I like their current coach though. They might well give him a chance. The players respond to him.
Who? Tony Soprano. Yeah.
Serrano.
Soprano?
It's Serrano.
Soprano. Same thing.
Soprano. He probably is a soprano.
Soprano.
He probably is an actual soprano. Can't forget about Devin and Leah Stills, man. Can't forget about Leah. Leah doing well, you know what I'm saying? She, still fighting it, but, hey, we fighting it with you, babe. So just keep on fighting and keep on pushing. You know what I'm saying? It was some good 30 for 30s this year, too. 30
for 30s.
30 for 30s was all the chain this year.
Yeah, when MSG was a Garden Eden, we had 30 for 30, the U Part 2.
The U Part 2.
We had Bo Jackson. We had the Boz.
That was last year.
Was Bo last year? Oh, I watched it yesterday.
Bo was last year, but the Boz was this year.
Boz was this year. So
it
was some good sports viewing.
Yeah, it was
30 for all.
About Henry Hill.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Married to the Mob. All of them joints is good, man. You already know when they come for 30 for 30, man. You just got to tune in. When they say 30 for 30, you need to tune in. You need to DVR something.
TiVo it something.
Yeah, because man, them joints is legit all the time. Like I still to this day, I can watch them all again.
You can, yeah. You can sit. I was watching the marathon yesterday
for
Christmas.
You can sit down and just watch him, the Bo came on last night. Bo was the man.
Yeah, he ran a 4.140. And he was unstoppable in Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, he was. That's still the greatest Tecmo Bowl player of all time. Him
Ready, set,
on the original Tecmo Bowl, if you had Bo Jackson, Walter Payton, Darryl Green, or Lawrence Taylor, he was winning.
Yeah, they was just
them 4 dudes on the original Tecmo Bowl, completely unstoppable. It was nothing you could do to stop them 4 dudes. Them dudes was like a 99 rating or something. And Bo Jackson, he only had 1 play.
Yeah, hit the sideline.
Yeah, it was only 1 play. It was like I want to say it was 2 running plays or 3 running plays, and he had 1 play.
Yeah, he was done.
Bo had 1 play. That's all he had on there was 1 play. But man, I think we might have covered everything for this second half.
Before we forget,
we forgot about the games though. We didn't talk about the games. But we did talk about the games, the Christmas games.
Yeah, we talked about the game.
Yeah.
We talked about Westbrook.
Westbrook went off.
Gasol had a good game against the Lakers. Kobe didn't play.
Yeah, Kobe was out. The game last night was real
LeBron
good.
lost.
Golden State and Clippers.
It was?
Yeah, they was balling.
I was asleep. I didn't watch that game.
They was balling out. That was a good game. But
LeBron
LeBron took an L.
Yeah.
Wade.
Yeah, Wade came out.
D-Wade.
That was 06 Wade.
D-Wade was looking pretty good. Oh, flash.
Yeah, Josh Smith going to the Rockets.
Josh went to the Rockets.
That West is deep, man.
They say Jeremy Lin went out of L.A., man.
I can see it. You're not using them properly. That's Swaggy P's team.
Shout out to Swaggy P for being swagalicious. Gotta show some love to Swaggy P because he's swagalicious.
Then we also had Aaliyah Atkinson, the first
Can't forget about Aaliyah.
African American woman to win a gold medal, and she's from Jamaica. So
the Olympics coming.
Nice.
The Olympics are coming, man. You're gonna see Aaliyah. If you don't know who she is today, like I said, she's gonna be on your local summer NBC channel real soon. So watch out for her in that pool, man, because she got it.
And we got one more athlete, but we're gonna lead off the third segment with him. The athlete that we need to go ahead and discuss. My athlete of the year.
Who is that?
You'll see him, folks. Stay tuned.
All right. Well,
Part
we're going to
3.
see who the athlete of the year is when we get back. You know what it is. It's sports. It's talk. It's real. It's Pat. It's Tae.
We coming back at ya.